Hello, viewers. Welcome back to our In Conversation with Dr. Raja Amarnath episode. Thank you very much for your support and questions which you are posting us through WhatsApp and other communications. Of course, comment section is always available. You can post your queries, questions, anything related to COVID or anything related to health. This is not just about COVID. Even you can talk about your questions on your typical like ICU, emergency sort of issues, or any health issue your family members have on these days. So Dr. Raja will be very glad to support us. Dr. Raja Amarnath, sir, how are you? Thank you very much for joining again. Sir, let's get on to our show. I have a question. How this breathing problem or sneezing or running nose, all these cold related issues, how does it actually starts for anybody? Is it just because of allergy, just because of food allergy, the air pollution, or anything else is there, or genetic?
Again, for all of us it comes like that, whenever you inhale something, sometimes it doesn't suit, you get sneezing. That is not abnormal. But people with allergy, it will be recurrent, every time they now and then they will be getting it. That is allergy, as I said. Allergy are viral infections, you get sneezing and cough, dry cough. Okay. That is one part of it. You ask, no, how do they develop? So, it is either the viral infection or the allergy are the two very important causes for common cold and sneezing. Bacterial infection, unlike viral infection, it does not cause that sneezing. How we differentiate it is that in allergy there is no fever. In viral infection there is fever. Allergy, there will be history of previous episodes. Patient themselves will say, doctor, whenever I go there I get these symptoms. Whereas viral infection is acute. 3-4 days of fever, running nose,
Correct.
cold,
Correct.
sneezing. Even a layman knows that it is a flu.
Correct. Correct.
And then they go to the medical shop and take the
Of
over-the-counter
course, yes.
medicines.
So,
Right.
sir, when people have these issues, what kind of food habits, diet control they are supposed to do, especially the current days of COVID?
There is one universal recommendation all the time. There are certain foods which are immune friendly, you can say, they do not damage the immunity. Okay. So, foods that are rich in vitamins, foods that are rich in minerals, all these things put together we call them micronutrients. Okay. See, when you take a food, you have glucose, that is called carbohydrates, proteins, fats. These are called macronutrients. These things we consume in a heavy quantity because they provide energy for the body and building up the system, muscles and regular body functions. Whereas, the micronutrients are very minute. They are the, I should say, key elements for the function of the macro elements. Always there is a tendency for the current dietary system, how people eat, that they might lose the regular intake of micronutrients, especially the current as I said again, the system of junk foods, frozen foods. All these things are good in maybe protein and fat. Of course, they have some amount of carbs, whereas micronutrients is something we need to give importance to. Why vitamin D? You know what, in the previous question you asked something, what is epidemic? Last 10 years we have been running an epidemic of vitamin D deficiency, because in school children especially, it was found out that almost 60 to 80% of school children, they had deficiency of vitamin D. So, again these vitamins and minerals, they are the things like, let us say there is a screw, small screw in the flight's engine. Okay, engine is carbohydrate, fat and the protein. The screws are these vitamins and minerals. See, if that is not there, this will not function. So, vitamin deficiency has been linked to recurrent respiratory infections, again because they have impaired immunity. For the immune system to work properly, micronutrients are very essential. So, the wrong food habits are the main reason for this problem. What are the right food habits? What our grandfathers and grandmothers ate 50-60 years ago, they are correct foods. I think naturopathy and Ayurveda says food of the land is the best food for you. But that food of the land must be consumed fresh. That does not mean you take it and then you freeze it for some days, store it for some days and then take it. You take it fresh from the farm, cook it and eat it. The entire system should be properly done. Always green leafy vegetables, fresh vegetables, okay, and then of course properly made dairy products. They are all good for health.
Very true. Okay. In fact, I was talking to some of my friends and in the family circle after watching your Newsday interview a couple of days ago, where you mentioned to the reviewer that the fridge and air condition are actually the I would say modern days culprit, but we cannot live without them also. After watching this interview, I asked my known people here and I said, then how our grannies, they survived without fridge and AC. Forget about AC. We all know even without AC we can still live. But how did they really manage their life in terms of storing the vegetables, storing the fruits without getting wasted? And interestingly, some of the friends, ladies have told me, homemakers, because they used only at that particular time. They didn't store it. They, as you rightly right now said, they go to farm, they get it and they cook it. They don't store it for 3 days, 4 days, 1 week like how we do it. Which means they all ate fresh vegetables and fresh food. That's what I think you shared right now. So going forward, then how do we manage? Since you talked about fresh fruits and fresh vegetable, tell me, if I don't have to use fridge at home, my home, what is your recommendation? How do I store it? I cannot store it anyway. Do you mean to say that every day I have to go to market and buy?
Good question. This question, see, there is something called as RCA and CAPA. I don't know whether, I am sure it will be there in your corporate language also. I mean, you are a corporate teacher. The little knowledge that I have, what we do is we use it in ICU. Let us say there is a mistake in ICU, we don't just correct it and leave it. You have to do root cause analysis, then you have to do corrective action, but also to do preventive action. If you do RCA CAPA of corona infection or current health crisis, how the current population is living, I mean, you will be baffled with the truths that you have to unwind yourself to a great extent. All of us, you means not you, all of us have to unwind. We have to go back to our roots. We have to change our entire system of the entire perception should change. There should be a paradigm shift. Let us reserve it for some more time to discuss RCA CAPA of the current times, current crisis. That gives a lots of insights for all of us. The same question what you asked, how can I manage my food? I can't go daily to farm or market and buy. That is where the RCA starts, root cause analysis. Let us analyze maybe in the next discussion.
Absolutely. Since you said management jargon, root cause analysis, RCA, we do fishbone method of analyzing the problem solving techniques in our management parlance.
Correct.
And we also always say that if you ask 5 times why, it's called why analysis. You will be able to hit the root cause of the problem. So I think I can reserve these questions for our future episodes to come. So thank you very much once again for joining us in this In Conversation with. And I'll come back to you with more questions down the line. Thank you very much, Dr. Raja Amarnath. And viewers, please, I hope you enjoy this conversation with Dr. Raja Amarnath. He's been able to explain to us in a very, very simple ways to understand few things on the medical aspects. Going forward, I like to post more and more questions, whatever you are going to post to me. Please write in the comment section, post your queries. And you can WhatsApp me also. All the descriptions are available there in the video. I'll come back to you with one more interesting conversation with Dr. Raja Amarnath. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.